Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. For today's video I am going to be trying something a little bit different, so I really hope you like it, because I would like to try and do a few more videos in this sort of style moving forwards. So today is going to be a one book reading vlog, which will be first position on my Kindle. I am going to do it a bit differently though. So whilst I read the book, you won't actually see footage of me reading it. What I think will be quite nice to do, because it's a book all about ballet, is to do some ballet sketches in my sketchbook and then have my thoughts on the book be a voiceover. So we're going to try this format and see what we think, because that way if you're only interested in the art you can just mute the video and just watch it. If you're only interested in my thoughts on the book you can just listen and not watch, and if you're interested in both then it's the perfect combination really, isn't it? And I love watching talented people do their craft, so anything like ballet and figure skating and acrobats, gymnastics, that sort of thing, I eat it up. Like, I can't do it, so I completely am in awe of watching other people do it. So I have a bit of like an obsession with watching that sort of thing when it's on, and so this book really intrigued me because it's about ballet. So yeah, well, not completely about, it is a romance, but anyway, I'm getting off topic. So we are going to just crack on with some sketches and then we will discuss my thoughts on the book and see if you guys like this type of video or not, because I really want to combine my love of reading and art, and I feel like this is quite a good way to do it. Okay, so I would just like to start off this section of the video by saying that I have drawn this freehand by myself. I just sketched it out off camera so that I could get it accurate. Like, every single thing that I'm doing to this piece of artwork is completely by hand myself, no tracing, no help, nothing. So yeah, just wanted to put that out there, that I'm sorry that I didn't film that bit, but to film it at a weird angle would just put it out of proportion. So yeah, I promise you I sketched it out. I just wanted to pop that in there before we get into my thoughts on the book. I really enjoyed this book as it was exactly what I was looking for. Something that was ballet focused but with an edge of romance and more to it. I also felt that I learnt and came across so many technical terms whilst reading this book. In this book we're following Sylvie Carter, who is a ballerina at the North American Ballet Company. She's been there for 5 years but broken every single rule she set herself on her way to the top. 5 years prior, she was blamed for a devastating scandal which erupted and therefore lost everything that she had worked for. She vows not to make the same mistake again, but then ends up getting magnetically drawn to renowned dancer Alessandro Russo. We really see her battle with wanting to be the best and not wanting to quit ballet, as it is all she had known. However, she has lost the love and passion spark which she once had for it. While Sylvie isn't always the most likeable character, the author, Melanie Hamrick, did such a good job of making you feel all sorts of feelings towards her, including feeling outraged and mistreated on her behalf. I felt she was rather unfairly treated at some points. We also get a second point of view in this book of Jocelyn Banks, and she is a fellow ballerina at the North American Ballet and a former friend of Sylvie's. I believe the author has also written another book called The Unravelling, which focuses on Jocelyn, so I would actually be quite intrigued and very interested to try that one now after reading this. I don't believe they're a series, but like I say, it seems to focus on following the side character of this book. When reading this book, I learned a bit about the author too. So Melanie Hamrick is a mother, a ballerina, a producer, a choreographer and a writer, so she's multi-talented. She was born and raised in Virginia and began dancing at a young age. Her career as a ballerina spanned over 16 years with American Ballet Theatre. While travelling the world with her family and for work, she's always carried novels and notebooks with her. Her passion for reading and dance is what inspired her to write her first novel, First Position, which was her debut. I felt this was quite strong and gripping for a debut novel. The fact that the author is also a ballerina herself shone through to me, not only due to all of the ballet technical terms which I looked up and became aware of whilst reading, making it feel more authentic, but also the emotions, passion and backstage behind the scenes look at the ballet world. I adored this book and was hooked from the start. I felt a mixed range of feelings towards Sylvie, as she does make some questionable bad decisions which make it feel like self-sabotage and hard to root for her. However, for the most part, I quite liked her and Jocelyn and felt they were both rather complex characters, struggling to understand their feelings and grasp what they want, especially after the traumatic incident, which I won't go into detail about, but I would say in regards to that, check trigger warnings because it affected both of them. This was so much more than a romance. It's a story about obsession, passion, love, loss and much more. I felt this had the perfect amount and aspects of ballet to it. I would recommend, as I say, checking trigger warnings going into this, as the big scandal which they are involved in could be triggering for some. My big concern going into this book was that it would pretty much solely be a romance where the FMC is a ballerina without any ballet elements. Like how in Wildfire it's a hockey romance because the male main character is a hockey player, but there is no actual hockey in the book, just romance. I was overjoyed to be proven wrong, as I would actually argue that we focus more on our FMC and her journey and life choices, her past relationship and ballet, than her and her current love interest. There was a fair bit of spice in this book, however the scenes didn't drag on for whole chapters like in some books. I wasn't a fan of all of the spice, but didn't mind it too much as I expected some going into this book. And I feel like the author also used those scenes to describe the characters and how they deal with things outside of ballet. Overall, I rated this book a 3.75 stars, which is quite a strong rating. It's above average, and with time, if it sticks with me, then there is potential that I could raise it to a 4-star. The only reasons that the rating isn't higher is that there were just some elements to this book and things in it that I don't personally enjoy reading or agree with. For the most part though, I thoroughly enjoyed this book. I look forward to reading her other book, which will focus on Jocelyn, and I would highly recommend this book if you are looking for a bit of a darker, twisted book about obsession, ballet and romance. I really hope you like my drawing. I put quite a lot of time and effort into it. It was quite tricky because the paper, basically this is a scrapbook that I'm drawing in, not a sketchbook. So the paper has that kind of glossy, shiny material to it, which made like any pencil marks, coloured pencil just didn't go on it. And then it also meant that the markers went a little bit more streaky than I would have liked. But overall, I'm very pleased and happy with how my drawing turned out. I really hope you guys like it as well, and I hope that you found this style of video interesting and unique because it's showcasing my two hobbies and my two loves. I hope you enjoyed this video and the different style which I used to film it. Let me know your thoughts and what you enjoyed or think could be improved going forwards. Also let me know if you've read this book, and if so, what your thoughts are in the comments below. As I said, I really hope you liked this video. If you did, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And hopefully, I'll see you in another video very soon.